good enough, I think. Good enough. No.
Yes, okay, yes, right about the SDR and what have you, and more regular kind of lucky go actually, apparently, but
gosh, je vais pas voir ailleurs, ça reste à trouver, mais le...
I think he says that the DE3s are the best valves to use. Well, there weren't very many other than such things in those.
Split frequency, I didn't know how to do it on that, so I had to play around with it to start with to find out. It was nearly a case of all else fails check.
Get this. Never mind. So it's probably down. I'm like that most mornings. Oh dear, it's a little bit more of noise here. M0OBU, NW0Z.
like that, and you know, it's good. It's got heated seats, heated steering wheel, Bluetooth, so you can put all your phone numbers in it. So you don't have to, everything's hands-free. The only
it's quite an odd motor, but I think it is anyway. It's fine, so your computer should understand.
Thanks for that, yeah. But I will phone him, David. Tell him I will phone him at the crack with it. It's not that somebody's using something locally, a power tool or something. That's why Mr. Twitter's not on. He can't copy it.
maybe so.
Thanks for that. No problems with this end. I was just wondering whether I'm going to be going down to the coast on my own today. What was that then?
I said it's very slow. They're getting on with it. It's very slow, aren't they, up Martin?
And whereabouts is it?
Up where the car wash is, the opposite side of that.
Main road, police, because one of them said, well, they kept this quiet. We wouldn't have bought it if we'd known they were going to stick a blooming great warehouse at the end of the street.
It's just the background rumble doing it. He's like a dog knot.
Especially to give an older dog a home.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I reckon that's very good. Did anybody friend? I can't think off the top of my head, but it is on the telly. Oh, right, they must have been advertising it then, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the programme on I think it was. It's quite an interesting programme, you know, and how they say so. It was more of a house, you know, or it worked on its own, but it didn't like working with the other dogs. See, you know, it was more of a pet, you know, so to speak. Got back one day and it was at the doorstep, and it'd done about 400 miles.
I'm back, chaps.
Yeah, the motor burnt out.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean the tumble dry. Now I'm already pulling your leg now. Somebody's got a bad tummy, so I'll rather pop up the chemist and get some stuff.
Oh, poor Carol. Hope she's feeling better.
Yes. Yes, and I'll be okay for today when I tell. Yeah, she's a lot better, but I thought, well, I better pop up early, so I'll let you lot natter on.
Well, I've got to go, Alan, because my cleaning lady, my gardening lady's here. So, hello and good night, and enjoy your seaside trip. G4GC Kid Clothing.
Okay. See you, Roy. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, 7-3, Roy.
Oh, so you got the old Daily Belly, has she?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Stood us a lovely meal last night with cauliflower cheese, but it
American burger shop, and she was bad for a few days. It must have been bad all that.
I tried to come back, and there's all the traffic from the school, and they come here. So you just sit back and wait your turn.
Yeah. All the 4x4s driven by little women taking little Johnny to school.
Yes, mate. Yeah, I mean, I noticed the majoring cars from anywhere near schools. Well, I thought that's a good idea.
Oh, well, it'll trim some of the kids' waistline.
So if you want to have a chat with Anthony, by all means, and I'll arrive, and then the rush hour traffic should have dissipated by then.
Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah, fine. Yeah, it certainly will be, won't it?
Where are you going?
For the weekend, it's only normally an hour and a half or so on the road. Not too bad at all.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought that what's it called? Over Swansea, I think we flew over. You know, what's the river that goes out there? Bristol Channel. And we flew over there. It was a beautiful, clear night, probably Thursday.
Just like the 2.5 twin, 100 I think it was, and then sort of drifted away from most of that.
Okay, glad to hear that you hope to make the RSS reunion, Noz. That's about 6 winds. It's strange why they keep going towards the North Pole, though. Is there a special circulatory current up there that we don't know about it? Now, you're quite right, there doesn't seem to be a lot of schools sending up balloons, but they're only small ones, as you say, with cameras, and they come down shortly. I'm glad they're doing that, because I once got £5.
I just realised I had to take the back, and no one above that night. The other day,
Are you back with us, Dave, Brick?
Yeah, I'm here, Emil. That was me on that BKCs, I think, calling Ken, but didn't have a reply. So I think he's on the phone. From GW4XUV.
It could very well still be there, but the signal from the web SDR and the direct signal is not really good enough, but it's not there to any degree now, so I can't really hear it at all. But very good morning to Peter. I'll hand it over to Peter from G0GSR.
Thank you, Frank. This is Mike Whiskey Zero Golf Yankee Victoria, and my name is Peter, and I'm in Bridgend in South Wales, where the sun is shining and the day is lovely. And if you're not careful and you don't make sure that the sleeve, if you know what I mean, it's the one with the writing on it that covers the internals of it, in my case the small PCB and the battery. If that's not earth, you get hum here in South Wales. M0SBZ MW0GYV.
You don't have to accept my word for it. You've got 3 out of 3 people agreeing. That's what we were talking about the other day. You know, 86% of 200 people agree that this lipstick's better than that lipstick. Oh dear. Right, so let's pass it back to you then, Abdul. G0TVM, M0.
G0TVM, and good morning to Peter, Mike with G0 Golf Yankee Victor. Your report's about 4 and 9. So now that's about a foot away from the speaker, and like yourself, Peter, I've got the angle poise arm as well, and that's what I'm using it on. But so what I've done with mine is I've got mine going into an audio mixer, which gives the phantom power of 48 volts, which is what it needs. 300.
I'm still here. It is much reduced than what it was before, but it is still there. And you really need to find out what's causing it, because it is fairly noticeable. It'd be unlikely to be. This frequency is in use. Thank you. I don't know whether you could hear that, but the web SDR was being interfered with. This is G0GSR anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the hum is nothing like as bad as on the Kenwood mic, but it is very sub-level. And the equalization, I would say you've got it exactly right. You look to have a fairly good power spectral density, it's fairly flat. Mic is just as good. I think
Yeah, glad to hear you're enjoying the sunshine. I'll go back to say see you're enjoying the sunshine. But, yep, it's a lovely day here, and hopefully it'll stay nice. So we managed to pick our first rhubarb yesterday, so advanced. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, never mind. Right, well, I had a quick look at the loops and rods yesterday, and I was trying to remember how the frame aerial worked on my battery radius, and I'm pretty sure that, like the ferrite rod aerials, the coils form part of the you're riding around in a Faraday cage anyway, but we always got a better signal from the car aerial than we did from the ferrite rods. Strange, because the car aerial wasn't that long. However, they all work, they're magnetic apparently, they're reinforced. So there we go.
Coming out yesterday, they're okay on medium and long range, but as the wavelength gets shorter, they're looking at I think that's the sort of conclusion we were coming to. What I did was look up, I'm sure the Sennheiser.
I'm back. I did the Icon microphone, by the way, the one that comes with the radio. And you said limited to our radio to about 2.5, maybe 3 kilohertz max. Then with fan noise and everything else that's going out there as well. I think it's as good as the MH, is it the MH or whatever it is? The M800 microphone. And comparing it and listening to the output with
similar to the BM800, and I'm not hearing anything that they shouldn't be there now. Not hearing any hum. You mentioned Canford Audio there. I can't think of any other amateur using or mentioning Canford Audio and said works in broadcasting. Is that the case?
Where's that sound coming from? Yeah, and that's where obviously Canford and everything.
Sorry about that. I realised that my again. Sorry about that. Again, I thought you had the different type of loop, the single loop with the pickup loop, or headphones. Or if you're really struggling for space, or you want to do it quickly, then loops are very good for that. But I had a quick look on I was looking around, and I went up to my mum's last week and past Witchbold, so I had a look at the transmitter. So I was trying to figure out how they managed to get the length of the antenna up for 198. Not realising, of course, that the actual antennas are the masts themselves, because they're very tall. So the two masts are the antennas. And I hope you're at the frequency monitor there. So I chatted a bit longer to give you some time to do it, and hopefully you can tell me on your next over.
You, Frank?
No, I think Peter wanted a comment on the overall response, which is very, very good, Peter. It has a gently falling response from the base end to the HF end.
Mentioned you a little bit earlier. Right, okay. As regards to microphone cost, Abdul,
I think Frank said that I used to have a 20p electret microphone on the end of a piece of bendy wire, and everybody said that it sounded great. And I believe Peter had a microphone made out of a Coke can or something at one time. So you can get very audio from very, very cheap.
But I do have a nice looking microphone now, which I really enjoy using. So that's the main criteria for my change. Canford Audio, I've heard of them, but not for a long, long while, Frank. I've got a feeling Canford Audio were advertised in Wireless World, or one of them or both would do it, but none of them did. None of them gave me a graph or any tolerance on the frequency range. And also they started talking a bit like Rough Andrews. They started talking about the clarity of the sound and the transparency and all this good stuff. And I thought, oh dear, they're all at it. Even Sennheiser, would you believe, didn't LZ1HQ don't buy negates the sort of the usefulness
for the amateur user with a small garden. Right, so let's put it back to Abdul, if I can find its call sign. There it is, G0TVM in the group, M0SPZ.
You've dropped down the noise to me. And I was picking up Peter on the low. It's lovely, very tight around the ear.
So where have you had that?
Like I say, like the hammock strings between the two masts. But I was sort of watching out how they would actually determine the frequency best. Buy. It's as simple as that. Don't go on anybody else's recommendations. Go on what you like. And you might like something different to listen to music on than you do to listen to this stuff. Although I tend to use the same set. I got several sets of headphones bought for me over the years, including ours really. I can't hear myself when I'm talking. I can't hear myself when I'm talking.
I phoned that might be a little bit more expensive. So that should be all an end all of it. Otherwise I would have, oh dear, I would have been trying to go through my dropping experience, I tell you. Right. Did not have proper specifications, which suggests to me that you're probably right, Peter. There's nothing like putting a set headphones on and going in. I like them, so I just bought another pair. And by the way, it sounds much more spacious, but I can't notice any front-to-back information tracks. So, go back G0GSR in the group and 0SBZ.
Yeah, okay, Dave, G0GSR. Yeah, exactly the same as me then. The binaural is just not working for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason that is. But yes, I would imagine they do have some kind of standard dummy head for in those days. But, Peter mentioned his car tax. Yes, well, we're in the same group as you. We have to renew the car tax, but it costs $0. It must be something to do with, like the amateur license. Now, you have to keep telling them that you're still alive and you still have the vehicle. I suppose that's the legal part of it. It's got to revalidate the tax rather than pay the money. I suppose that's what it makes it look electrically longer than it really is. Oh, my signal's pretty good at high green at the moment, isn't it? Perhaps I'll give you a little bit of DB max quality. See if that's better. I'm going to give you a bit of bass as well. If I can just find that preset. There you go. While the signal's good, I'll give you a bit of bass on the signal. I don't actually like it, to be honest, so I'll go back to this one again. Right, over to you, Peter. And again, W0GYV from G0GSR.
Well, you don't bore me with the information on the antenna at Droitwich. That's interesting. I've watched that for years. I mean, I moved to where Peter lived, on the Ridgeway at Redditch, when I was about 13, 14. And of course I lived there until I was married, really, which was 20. And then of course we've been. You can still see those masts, and you can see the red lights on them as well. And then which is the crown? I got 2 or 3 crowns in my head. So there you go. Yeah, stick with your JVCs if you like them. Why would you? There's one thing, buying an expensive something or other, but if it's any better, I don't know. It's in K-RAP. I smiled at that. I hope he wasn't listening to me. M0SPZMW, right, he's gone now. He was on 5380, but he
well, I'm so glad I haven't got dentures. That was an option at one time. You could just have them all out and have dentures, and I thought to myself, I don't want dentures. And I'm very, very glad I didn't go down that route. Something, Peter, and I agree. We're all good guys, sounding fine. Thank you for whoever put that on the web SDR. As regards to your base setting on, I don't like it either, Frank. To tell you the truth, that base setting, it sounds very smooth, and it has got the late night FM whispering Bob type audio, but I don't like it. I like the setting that you normally have. Recorded is just an ordinary stereo set, a pronounced effect, then at least something. But of course, it may be recorded with just two microphones. That's the other way, of course, isn't it? The original way. G0 GSR and G10 0SPZ.
G0 GSR, yeah, okay, dear. I was just frantically trying to find out the email that Peter sent me with the recording, because there was a little description on what the recording was. And I don't think the phrase binaural was used, but under the impression that it was a binaural recording. So I don't know. I just don't think it works. I don't think...
Very, very temporary station lash up at the moment. If I go off the air, you'll have to forgive me. The new antenna is up. Well, it's not up.
I was in a little bit of doubt as to the source of the recording, whether it was made, whether it was a true binaural recording or what. Peter, perhaps you could comment on that, please, from G0 GSR.
Hey, Guy, can I just quickly interrupt to say goodbye, because I need to go.
All right, Peter. Cheers, then.
Okay. Hello, Peter. G4BIM. I'm MW0GYV. Peter in 59+++ with me. A nice signal. So leave your antenna where it is. It's great. And yeah, I used to strip wire with my teeth, Dave. I got told off by the dentist, and I got a gap between my front teeth. I think that's from stripping wire. Anyway, lovely batting. I'll leave you to get on. I want to take my wife off to do a little bit of shopping, and then we're going to go in the garden. I have success in the dentist, and we'll speak again soon, Dave. So may I pass it on to G4BIM, and I'll just say 73, listen round once, and then be gone. MW0GY.
Yes, good morning, Peter, and sorry I didn't get on a bit earlier. We'll catch up another morning. Okay, shall I press on, Frank? Normal stereo setup. There is a greater sense of presence and position with it than there would normally be, but that record was actually a binaural recording, Frank, and it was made, I think I put the date on it, was it in not 1960, but that's the background, Frank, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Peter. I was frantically looking for the description, to be honest, and I know you did send that with it. But so what equipment would you use to hear this in its full effect, Peter? Because my way of thinking, a binaural recording is designed to be listened to on headphones and should give a complete 360-degree effect, just without anything else apart from the headphones, Peter, over.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. Almost like a converter to get. So I say the antenna is back up. We've got a combination, a strange antenna really. It's 2mm stainless steel rope in parallel with 1mm square section copper, both free at each end, but
the folds in your ear change as well. And of course, if it was recorded with a binaural head type microphone setup, a dummy head with dummy ears and microphones in the ears type of thing, then it isn't why we're not getting the front to back or vertical. That's the issue. But it certainly is a great recording, and thank you very, very much for sending it. So right, so Peter, me, Frank, round to you then, Frank. G0 GSR with G4BIM, M0SPZ.
G0 GSR, yeah, okay, Dave. Yes, it's good to hear you got the antenna up, Peter, anyway, and it is putting out a fantastic signal. Whatever the height, it's doing very well, as you normally do from there. I presume the copper conductor is to try and combat. We're just of the opinion that perhaps our ears are so far different from that standard head now that we're just not getting the effect anymore. But it's just a theory anyway, so we don't really know. And like your antenna, it's extremely hard to tell whether it's working properly or not. But it's certainly working at the moment, Peter. That's all I can say. G4BIM, the group G0 GSR.
Absolutely the opposite result. I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to get this thing to resonance. I've got it now to about, the SWR is about 1.12 to 1. And the SWR is incredibly stable, much more stable than it was on the on the previous antenna, which was copper-coated high tensile steel of about 1.5 millimetres diameter, I suppose. So there you are. That's not worked out the way I expected, but hopefully it's not going to. It's a disc using, I think, as I said in my email, a 35 or 40-year-old Decca pickup cartridge, a Decca London Gold elliptical, tracking at 3 grams, which is quite high, but it tracks okay. And that's obviously just a stereo type cartridge. So I wonder if some of that information has been lost in that transcription. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the information on the bottom of on the back of the disc cover and send it to you, so that you can make your own decision. But I think actually it was recorded. It was recorded originally in the United States by IMF Electronics in High Wycombe. They had a division out in the United States in those days. And I'm sure they used 3 microphones in a most bizarre kind of...
Searching for it here and not being able to find it. Over to you, Dave, anyway, from G0GSR.
Right, Peter, can you hear front-to-back information when you listen to it on headphones, Roger?
Well, to be honest with you, Dave, I haven't listened to it on headphones. I've just listened to it on 2 speakers in a stereo setup. But I will do that again, and I'll listen on headphones this time, and I'll email you and give you the information on the back of the disc as well. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, Roger. Yes, okay, that would be very, very interesting, because if you can hear it front to back or even vertical displacement on headphones, then the recording should, we should hear it as well. But I think, I think Frank and I are, perhaps our ears now is totally the wrong shape. But if it was recorded with 3 microphones, then of course, it probably won't it won't matter what shape our ears are, maybe. The problem that we have, Peter, is that we can't find anything on the internet what we need from left to right. And if then you can hear recording, but it is very difficult because that recording does sound very spacious and open, and definitely a very, very high quality recording. But to really want somebody who's blowing a trumpet to walk from sort of 20 feet behind the microphone to 20 feet.
I'm going to have to go away and do a bit more research regarding that. Okay, I know it's no good trying to guess what I remember that I've read. It was what it was. And I've started to go through my whole record collection, and it's astounding the difference in quality on some LPs to others. I always thought Deutsche Grammophon were pretty good, but they're okay, but they're certainly not the best. Decca, I think, on balance, is probably still the best one. And the strange thing was that for this Decca London cartridge it must be 40 years old if it's a day. I didn't tend to use it very much years ago, going back 40 years. I used to use a Shaw V15 Mark II, I think it was, simply because it had much better tracking capabilities, but it was...
Whatever she wanted and left me the rest, so it got a bit depleted, so I'm not going to get into vinyl records again. I know it could be very, very expensive to try and do that, but yes, I do like the sound of the old vinyl records, even though the technical spec is actually quite poor on even the best vinyl reproducing systems. The signal-to-noise ratio is going to be mediocre at very best, and stereo separation is not that good, is it, really, compared with what you can get from a reasonable quality CD. But of course you can't get a reasonable quality CD nowadays. They mess around with them and muck around with them over.
SWR's 1.12 to 1, Peter. I wouldn't worry about that. There's a lot of strangeness talked about SWRs and your 5/9. So absolute splendid signal from that antenna, Peter. But I think it's almost time for a cup of tea. I've got to go to the dentist a little bit later on, so I'm going to make myself another cup. So I'll put it back to you, Peter. And great to know that you're back on the air again, Peter. I thought it was going to be a bit longer before we heard you, but great to know you're there. And of course, you're always very, very well.
All right, I'll go ahead.
Pass it to Peter.
That's fine. Okay, great. One of the things it would be nice to be able to do, and it's pretty impossible to organise it, I suppose, it would be nice to actually switch out the copper any difference at all. And the probability is we wouldn't notice any difference at all, but it makes me feel a bit better. Well, that it's got copper in it as well. But no, you're absolutely right, Frank, that yes, it does need to be very, very high Q, and it certainly is. And all these things, we always strive to get things as good as we can. Okay, I'm going to buzz off and do some more work while the sun's shining. It's certainly a lovely day here.
It would be interesting if you could switch out the cop section, but I feel like you said that it's not going to make any noticeable difference whatsoever. Anyway, I'm ready for my coffee now, so round to you, Dave, and wish you best of luck this afternoon. Sure of it.
What they used to call that in America, a ratchet jaw. A ratchet jaw. I thought that was quite funny. When I was in America on CB radio, if you were good at talking, you were called a ratchet jaw. Right, cheerio to both of you. G4BIM, G0GFR, M0SBZ. Bye-bye.
Yeah, all the best, Dave, and to you, Frank, as well. When we run out of intelligence...
On 80 metres now, it's a little bit left of us, so he's hopefully not referring to us. Okay, have a good day. Enjoy the nice weather. I think it's set to be fine for the next few days, so might as well enjoy it while we can.